Hello, 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 and welcome to the first 2025 Cookies Enabled episode. I am Will, your host. As you can tell, some things have changed. My location will probably be changing over the next couple of months. I'm still going to be trying to pump out as many videos as I can. So just bear with me. My set's going to be changing a lot in the background. So again, just bear with me, everybody. But thank you for hanging in there with me. This has been a heck of a journey through these last couple of years, or I should say months. It feels like years of me adjusting to my new life and how things are now. So I know a lot of you don't know. I did post a brief video on this with my editor Andrew a few months ago, but I did lose my partner, which is one reason why this pretty much the whole channel has just been on pause. So now I'm starting to kind of get back into the flow of things. At least I'm attempting to. And this is how I'm going to do this time. I did a video review before of my little camera, the little Polaroid camera that I received from my partner. And honestly, this did really, really well. We still have probably more views from that video than any other video that I've ever done, which is awesome. And I am very thankful for that. So thank you, viewers. And I know that this camera is getting old. It's a few years old already. So another thing that's been popping up is everybody's been trying to save a lot of money lately, just in general, just because everything is tight, things are expensive. And you know, Apple, Samsung, Google, all of them still just are pumping out tons of new phones every year. And if you're anything like me, you're getting really, really tired of this because they're getting more expensive too. It's not like the phones are staying the same price every year. They're getting more and more expensive. A few years ago, Samsung came out with the first folding phone and flip folding phone. And now Motorola and it sounds like Apple will also be trying to jump on this bandwagon, if not this year, possibly next year. So if you're looking to save some money and maybe get into these folding phones, one way you can do that is through a company known as Back Market. Now, Back Market is a really awesome company that takes refurbished products and essentially resells them to you guys. So it's kind of like a Goodwill if you want to think of it like that. But overall, this company is particularly good at making sure you've got your good products and that they're functional. They're not like totally scratched up. That's where I feel like this is better than Goodwill because you're not getting that crap image. You're getting something a little bit better. So I'm trying to reposition my image here so I'm not like covered up by all the stuff. So there we go. Let's move my face over a little bit here. There we go. Okay. So again, Back Market, a wonderful place to start, especially if you're looking for not just refurbished, but just used that is in good condition, still functions, 100% operational. I did tons and tons of research, not just on Back Market, but also on a few other companies like Gazelle and Reebello, which do the exact same thing. So they don't just buy from people like you and me who are selling their old phones that are just sitting around in drawers. You can sell them to Back Market and they'll give you a credit to use to buy other things off their website, like headphones or TVs or game consoles or other phones. So that's the best part about it, is that you kind of get this, you give us something, we give you something kind of situation. And again, they are not the only company doing this, but this is the main one I'm going to be focusing on today. It's the only one I've been able to actually order from other than the Goodwill websites. If you haven't seen those videos, I did order from the Goodwill websites and got some great equipment and PlayStation 2s and whatnot from them in really good working order for way less than some of these other websites. So let's dive in here. I ordered the Samsung Z Fold 4. Now, it's not the newest and it's not the oldest. They have the 6th version out right now, and 2025 just started. And this year they're supposed to have the 7th version of those fold and flip folds coming out later this year. A lot of people are thinking they might even have like a slim version or a reduced price version. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to have their standard models. I think if anything, they might do a standard fold and an ultra fold that has like better cameras and better screens and maybe a pen or something built into it. The reason why I don't think they would do that is there's a lot of reasons, and I'm not going to get into it in this video. So we're sticking with back market. I stuck with the Z Fold 4 because I could get the best deal, and it was right in the price range. I did not want to spend more than $500 on a used phone. That seemed like way too much money to spend on a used phone, considering that some of these phones are worth $800 to $1,000 brand new, or sometimes more than that. $500 doesn't seem like that bad of a deal. So when I went to their website, the best I could do was the Z Fold 4 in what they considered good condition. And they do kind of break it down here. Let me pull up their website and I will show you guys that here. Let's see if I can get that to work. There we go. Okay. So here on their website, you can see it breaks down. You can do smartphones up here at the top. You can do laptops. They have tablets as well, gaming consoles. They even have like retro stuff, smartwatches, audio equipment like headphones or smart speakers, or just regular audio products like microphones and whatnot. They do have that as well. They also have home appliances. Again, I don't know many people that have tried the home appliance section from there, so I would tread lightly. I very much tread lightly. I know their smartphones are the way to go if this is where you're looking for. I went right to the Samsung option, and as you can see here, you have some options where you can choose like price, model, and whatnot. So I went to model here, scrolled down until I found my Z Fold 4 option, and here it is. And I selected that. And then these are my options to start with here. So the website was really good at breaking everything down. As you can tell, like this one's $448 for the unlocked. So I'm going to click on this one. This is the best seller, it says. And so now it's going to give you even more options. You can do fair, good, excellent, or premium. And it looks like premium price just went down. So you can do premium, which means there's no scratches. It's pretty much brand new, coming right out of the box to you. Pardon me. Again, I did the good, and in the little demonstration here, you can see there's still a few nicks and scratches on things and whatnot. And I'll show you what mine came in as. So I did the 256 model, and mine was actually kind of a bluer black. I'm not exactly sure how to do it, but it did come with a 1-year warranty as well. So the website's really easy to use and navigate, and pretty awesome overall. I thought it was very user-friendly and pretty straightforward. But let's get into some of the videos here. I do have a video of me unboxing my original package, and I did actually get some audio of this. So I'm going to try. I can't hear what's happening, but you guys will be able to. So here we go with the unboxing video. Sorry, you're going to see my cat's butt and whatnot for just a few minutes here, just because I'm trying to get the camera like turned around and crap. So I'm really sorry.
So I'm going to try and switch camera.
We're gonna there's her butt.
My package. Silly honey. I got my package from Back Market, and we're gonna open this up. I just want to make sure I have this on camera. I've been told that it's not a bad idea, just in case something happens during the process or whatever. So here we go. FedEx, I thought, did a pretty good job delivering.
There's a lot of tape.
Doesn't look like the package is all beat up or anything.
Like way too much tape.
Pretty heavily taped though. Okay, here we go. Okay, little Back Market label here. There we go.
Honestly, I thought that package.
Drum roll, please. Okay.
Package was pretty cool.
Peel this off. Celine, please don't touch the camera, sweetie. Thank you, honey. Okay, so. Tech Reborn. This reborn phone has a new home. Take good care.
I'm glad I read everything.
We'll do our best. Let's see here. Okay, so oh, I see. Oh. See how it's like in this little sleeve here. So that's awesome, and it does look like I got a little slip. Tech Dream, need help. Ask stuff, yada yada yada. Okay, so that's just a little advertisement, I guess. Here's my USB cable. This actually looks pretty new. And I actually have a USB to USB as well, just in case. So that's kind of cool. I think it said it would come with the cable. Okay, so here's the real test, is how this phone is going to look. So this was supposed to be, I think, good or best. Wow, that front screen looks amazing. I don't see really much of an issue. If the phone is really cold, so I'm going to wait to open it because I don't want to damage the internal screen. It is like freezing, and I do remember reading online that I should wait until the phone is room temperature before opening the screen because cold can damage those flexible screens. So it looks like there might be like a little scuff back here on the back screen. It's hard to tell because it's so cold. It's literally freezing in my hands. Obviously the guy's truck is not temperature controlled. I don't see any scratches on the front screen, but I also don't see a screen protector. I think it has been removed. And I would almost half expect that because again, I don't see any scratches. That's my own fingerprint. Again, it is so cold that just the heat from my hands is leaving marks on everything. I do see a little bit of a scuff right back here in this a little corner. I think you can kind of see it. It's really not too bad, to be honest with you. My 40 megapixel camera on my 21 Ultra is picking it up really, really well. As you can see, there's a little bit of a scuff mark here, but this hinge overall looks really solid. I cannot wait to open it. When I look at the bottom of the phone, I also don't see a ton of scratches. Just a few around the port. I don't know if you guys can see those. It's really not so bad. I honestly thought this would be way, way worse. And one of my friends used to say you could tell if you're drunk or not based on how the bottom of your phone looks because of how, if you're really drunk all the time, you're trying to plug it in. I'm like, dude, I wirelessly charge my phone because my port doesn't work. So it like stopped working right away. It does work, but you just pretty much got to hold the cable in there. I am so tempted to open this because I really want to play with that internal screen, but it is so cold. It is like freezing. So I'm going to let it sit out for a good 10-15 minutes, and then I'll come back and do a video of me opening it and doing stuff with it. So, okay? So far, so good.
Okay, so that was the first video. The next one's really short, and I will warn you, I get interrupted because the phone I was using, this is something I did not know. If you get a new Samsung phone, you can do, there's a program that's built into all Samsung phones called the Samsung Switch software. And this was the first time it's ever done this for me. I've used that software in the past, but I've never had it automatically find my old phone without me having to type in any information or do anything. It just automatically found the phone right next to me and just cut the video right off. So it is going to randomly just cut out in this next video, and I'm really sorry about that. I didn't even know if it was still recording or not because it just took over the whole phone and it pretty much locked me out. So sorry, guys.
Okay, y'all. So I just took a shower, got all cleaned up. It's been about 20 minutes or so. The phone is much warmer, as you can tell. It's not like fogging up when I touch it or anything anymore. So I am going to try and open it and turn it on, and we're going to see how it goes.
You can tell it's much warmer.
Here we go for the open. Okay, that actually feels pretty good. I gotta say, it's a little stiff, but wow, that screen looks really clean and good. I don't see any issues with the center bezel or the sides of the screen. Maybe a little scuff up here in the corner. Looks like I got at least 2 of the bumpers are still there. There's a little bumper here, a little bumper here. I don't see any other bumpers. I feel like it's a little dirty, or maybe they took off the screen protector that was on here. I'm not sure. But it does look good, and the hinge sounded good too. It feels good. It feels sound. It's a nice smooth transition, open and close. It's a little stiff opening it, but it's really not too bad, to be honest with you. So, let's try and power this baby on, see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and close her back up again. And we're going to turn it on here. Or attempt to. Ah, there we go. So far, so good.
Okay, it's going to cut out.
Take a few minutes. We'll
pretty
see.
soon here. It was pretty quickly after
should
I
have
got
the same processor, or
started.
really close to the same processor as what's in my current phone that's doing this video. So it won't be super slow. I was going to say, it should be pretty quick. Let's see, start. I'm going to agree to all here.
Yep, there we go. Okay, so as you can tell, it went really well. I was able to, within just a few minutes, get the phone completely signed into my official Samsung and Google accounts. And voila, it just started immediately not only transferring files from my old phone over, but it also kind of rearranged all my settings from my previous phone to my new phone too, which was really super, super helpful. And saves a ton of time of you having to dig through like what app did I have here and what did it do and what are my logins and stuff. It remembers 99.9% of that stuff. You might have a little bit of a trick when you're doing the transfer of the files. Sometimes it'll leave certain files and folders behind. So just double check and make sure it actually got everything off the old phone. In my case, I'm keeping my old phone. I did not trade in my old phone. In fact, I'm using my old phone right now to do this video. So here is the Z Fold 4 right now. As you can tell, I have a case on it, and I do have a video about the case. I did end up getting one for it. Again, I felt like it was a sturdy enough phone that I didn't feel like I absolutely needed a case for it, but I felt like, you know, I didn't feel like I needed a case for my last phone, and I dropped that one so many times I lost count, and it still functions. Obviously, I'm still using it, but it is cracked literally front and back all over the place. And I did not want to do the same thing to my Z Fold 4. My old phone, the value went from a few $100s down to about maybe $50 to $75, mainly because just to replace all the glass that's broken on it, you'd have to replace all the cameras, the entire front screen, which includes the front microphone, speaker, and camera. So you might as well just get a whole nother phone at that point. You're pretty much rebuilding it, which is why it's worth like nothing. So I strongly recommend, if you do decide to get a refurbished phone or a used phone, to get a case for it. I always recommend this. I do not recommend you go crazy, stupid expensive. OtterBox does make cases for the fold phones and whatnot, but they didn't really get the best reviews. Actually, a lot of people complained about them. I did get one for the, I think it's Belkin. And this is the same company that my partner constantly used to order. Almost every case that he ever had was from Belkin. And they make these nice, I would say they're mostly rubber, but they do have like a hard plastic shell kind of over the outside of that rubber. So it's kind of like a rubbery inside. And then on the outside, it's like this kind of thicker plastic. And the thing with these is that there's no hinge protection. So if the case, if I drop the case and it falls right on the hinge, there's literally no plastic here or anything here to cover this. And that's a huge problem. There were plenty of cases I could have gotten that would have had that case protection on it, but they are very bulky, very big. As you can tell by the video here, it fits the phone really nicely and snug. I have a little trouble opening the phone here. But I don't normally have trouble opening or closing the phone. In fact, I feel like it's easier to open and close with the case on it. And it feels better in my hand with the case on it than without the case. Without the case, it still feels like a super solid phone, very metal and less glass feeling, more metal. And I think that's really why I like the feel of this phone. It feels solid to me. As you can see here, I'm opening up different apps. I'm kind of showing you that main screen. one of my favorite features is that if you're using something on that center screen and you close it, it will just transfer whatever you were doing on the front screen to the outer screen for you. This is a huge, huge, huge help. Of course, I get an advertisement just trying to like load the weather for you guys. I'm like, couldn't believe it. So as you can tell, the frame rate's really good on that front screen and on the inner screen. I haven't noticed any stuttering or anything like that. There are no scratches, dents, colors, fading, anything with the screens. There is a tiny, tiny bit of wear and tear on this phone. Here is the best overview video that I could kind of put together, that really kind of shows. Now I did put a screen protector on that outer screen, so if it looks like it's really like, why is it like bubbling up like that, that's because I put a screen protector on there, just to keep it from getting scratched. There were just some minor imperfections in the corners and stuff, around the outer bezel of the phone. You can kind of see, especially where the power jack is. I don't know if the person was just really drunk or whatever all the time, or just maybe really old, but they struggled a lot using that USB port. There's scratches all over it. I wirelessly charge mainly, so I don't normally have problems with my ports being all scratched up. That hinge right at the center of the back of the phone, there's a little bit of wear and tear there, and I'm not really sure why. I think whoever owned this phone before had a case on it as well. As you can see, that one lens does have a scratch on it, but it does not affect the picture quality of the camera at all. It works totally fine. I've done video calls on it. I've taken pictures with it, videos with it, have had zero problems with the phone. It doesn't even slow down. It just chugs right through anything I throw at it. I can play Call of Duty Mobile on it. That's like my favorite thing, because that inner screen is so big and so beautiful. Being able to load multiple apps at the same time is nice. Now, my old Ultra S21 could definitely do multiple apps at the same time. No problem. I could have 20, 30 apps open on that phone and it wouldn't slow down. This phone, you have like 3 or 4 open and it does kind of slow down a little bit, but you almost don't notice. See how it just carried my Facebook from the center screen out to the outer screen? That's like one of my favorite features. Especially if you're like inside and you're doing stuff on that inner screen and you're about to walk outside and like, let's say it's really cold or the weather's really bad, you can just close it right up and put it in your pocket. You don't have to worry about it. I love being able to do the Messenger app while I'm like watching a YouTube video. You can just drag them both up onto the screen at the same time, and like I'm about to do here, and lock it into place. Now you have 2 apps open at the same time on the screen, and you can do 3 or 4 apps if you want to and rearrange them. There's this little button in the center you can push and it rearranges them on the screen for you. You can also just resize them yourself physically if you want to. If you want one to be 2/3 of the screen and the other one to be 1/3 of the screen, or so on and so forth, you can totally do that. See, I add a 3rd app here of my other chat bubble and contacts and stuff. I just thought that was really super cool. And I have used this a couple of times actually, where I'm either watching a video or doing something else on my phone, and then somebody texts me and I can just pull that right up and just flip the phone open and just keep on chugging right along. I love this. I thought I was going to really struggle with a phone that has multiple screens and stuff. I felt like I would be juggling with it a lot. No, no. There are times where you just pull it out, you just use that front screen, you put it right back. And then there's other times where you sit down, you realize you're using that front screen and you want a little bit more space, and so you just fold it right open. I will say the front screen is just a tad, it's a little thin. I will say I wish it was just a little bit, like even like a 1/4 of an inch wider. I think it would fit in my hand and people's hands a lot better. I know that's one reason why the people really preferred the Google Fold, because it had that wider front screen, and when you opened it up on the inside, it had a bigger screen there that looked more flat. You don't have that bubble ridge in the center so much. And again, that little ridge in the center, you don't really notice. Again, considering this phone was only supposed to be in good condition, and their website shows that it's supposed to have a lot more scratches and a lot more damage to it, I am stunned. I would consider this excellent quality. I almost feel like maybe when they first started, they might have had a lot of people beating them up and giving them a lot of criticism about some of the products that they sent out. So now they're kind of conservative about how things look. If there's some huge gouges and scratches in the screen, then that's fair. You know what I mean? Or if there's no scratches on the screen, everything still operates, but it's like a little wear and tear around the edges, that's good. But if there's no wear and tear noticeable at all on this phone, it's considered excellent condition, or considered like an open box, essentially, if you want to think about it like that. And I would consider what they sent me to be open box. It felt stiff, like it had been sitting for a long period of time, either in somebody's drawer or something. And like maybe they were only using that outer screen and they never flipped it open because that hinge was really stiff for like the first day. And then really after that first day, it's been nothing but a breeze. In fact, I love my new phone, and I'm strongly recommending people take the time, instead of going right to your T-Mobile store or your Verizon store and getting whatever is the brandest newest phone. Maybe you don't need the newest one and you can save tons of money by buying the phone outright from back market and just calling T-Mobile, Verizon, and saying, hey, I got a new phone, I just want to get this activated, just want to transfer my number over to that phone. In most cases, it will cost you nothing. It literally cost me absolutely nothing to transfer my old phone number to this number. In fact, again, I'm still using my old phone. I didn't even have to turn that in. I own that phone. I own this phone. I owe nothing to T-Mobile other than my phone service or my actual, voice service, and that's really it. And that's how it should be. You should not have to be beating yourself up over trying to find good hardware. And I think what I really like about this website especially is just how easy it is to use and how good it is at showing you your options. If let's just click on laptops for a second here. As you can see, you have your MacBook Airs, your Pros, regular MacBooks or all MacBooks, 2-in-1 convertibles, Chromebooks, and Windows laptops. You can even do accessories. Then they just show you best sellers. You know what I mean? And some of these really don't even sound that bad. Here's an Core i7 16-inch MacBook Pro with 512 SSD, 32 gigs of RAM. Oh my gosh, it's only $462. That's actually a really good deal. So again, they have some amazing deals on here. I haven't even looked at the smartwatches. In fact, this is something I've been wanting to get for a while. Oh my gosh, I can get a smartwatch class 4 for $49. That's a great deal. So again, definitely look at your options. You'd be surprised at how much money you could potentially save by using back market, Reebello, or Gazelle. I have not tried Reebello or Gazelle, but my counter YouTubers definitely have. I strongly will recommend you guys go through my description below and check out some of those other YouTube videos that I'm going to post about back market and Reebello, and how good they are. Some of these guys will spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars buying used equipment from these places just to test them out and see if they're actually as good as they claim they are. And the best part about back market is that, let's say I got my Z Fold 4 and I was like, screw this, I hate this phone, I don't want this, I want to return it. You have 30 days to return your phone. And I got an extended warranty on mine for a whole year. So in case it just stops working or the battery goes out or I drop it and damage one of the screens or something, they will repair it for me. So, and I think it was $15. Like, again, I spent less than I wanted to and got more than I needed, which is exactly why I'm doing this video and why I did it a little differently than doing my normal videos. I don't have my editing software right now, so live streaming is really kind of all I can do. So I made this work, and I hope this helps you guys determine where you can get your next phone. Again, you have more options than you know. Now, I did put the back market link in the descriptions down below. If you guys want to check out their website, I strongly recommend it. You might have a new device in your future. And again, I hope we all learned something new. I know I did. Thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time, guys. Have a great one.